Previously, on Morrowind. This week began rather differently compared to the last month. Just walking around the Ebon Tower, I was able to find 4 different employers. The head priestess of Arkngthand hired me on to investigate missing bodies from the mortuary. Turns out, some sick orc beneath the sewers was using them for experiments. It ended in bloodshed, with no gold to ease the conscious. The local Imperial Census office was full of work due to the recent demolition efforts. I spent a few days helping the workers clear out the last of the rubble. Atop the tower, a mosaic was being built, and they needed me to get the final few tiles. This turned out to be an immense waste of time. The head of the census office ordered me to find a missing clerk who fled into the city sewers with an important document. Finding the clerk was surprisingly easy, and he agreed to give up the paper in exchange for a bit of booze. The census head was grateful and gifted me an enchanted glove, the only real paying job of the week. Near the end of the week, a letter was delivered to me from Caius. It's time to report in.
Hello, and welcome back to some more modded Morrowind with Valdryn Selis. He's Cyrodiil-Born Dunmer. Happy New Year's. Welcome to the year 2024. Hopefully, some good things are in the works for you right now. So, we're just going to get straight to it and
I don't think I want you around anymore.
make our way to Balmora. I'm sick of this place and the terrible jobs that they have. I'm trying to think the fastest way to get there. All right, we'll just go to Vivek. All right, well, I guess it's a long walk to the Silt Strider. I will see you guys in a second. It is good to be back. You never realize how much you miss a place until you're somewhere far, far away. That's worse. All right. So we have about 2.5 grand. I'm pretty sure that's what we departed with. So, you know, didn't gain any money, didn't lose any money. Got a couple new armor pieces and some magic items. I'm gonna take that as a win. Let's get a level up. Let's get a level up before we start the main quest. Go straight for the long blade training. We need it desperately.
May each day greet you warmly, friend.
So we're gonna level up strength, and I'd like to get endurance up, but we don't have any skills for it right now. I would also like to get agility, so I think I'm gonna pick agility, strength, and I'm gonna try to get some endurance level ups, but it's getting expensive. We don't have a lot of money. Okay. So that's times 3. Trying to think what else. It's heavy armor, so we gotta go to the Fires Guild real quick. Yeah, it is great to be back. I feel like we've left so much unfinished in Vvardenfell. I've been thinking about a lot how I want to take Valdryn's story.
Don't pressure.
There's so many different options. Because I'd like to do all the guilds. I would. I don't know if I'm going to end up doing that or if I'm going to be choosy with the guilds. I'd like to do them all. That's just kind of how I play Morrowind, or RPGs in general, where I like to do all the factions and join them all and stuff. I have a mod installed. I don't know if we're going to use it or not.
Talk too much.
That should let us join all the houses and you can do all the work for them. It's a little lore breaking, obviously, but I don't know. It sounds awesome to me because normally you can only really experience one storyline, which is how they intended the game to be done. But, you know, it's a single player game. You can do whatever you want. And so if we did that, I think that could be interesting. And if anyone was able to join multiple houses it'd be the main character, right? And spoilers, hopefully you should know this by now, but if there's one character that can, it should be Tamriel Reborn. That's my opinion, though. I don't know if I'm going to go through with it. I just have it installed. All right, we're going to level up. Strength times 5 endurance. I love that. And agility. We're going to have to do this with all of the stats, like intelligence and willpower too. Like I said before, where we just kind of have to force points into it so we can train it, so we can get some multipliers, and then it'll start to be a little better. I don't know what we're gonna do about luck. I've kind of resigned myself to not leveling up luck. If I was going to, I should have been doing it from the very beginning, because it can only go up by 1 every level, so we would have to level up 95 times to max it out. I don't know if you can level up to level 95 without, I don't even know if you could do it with exploits, maybe, but just because your skills will eventually reach 100 and then you won't be able to level up anymore. So even though we like set all of ours to 5, I still don't think we could level up 95 freaking times. I don't know. I wanted to max all the stats, but luck is gonna be tricky. All right, Caius.
Are you here to discuss your orders, or is there something else you want?
Orders. Ready for orders? Good. Go talk to Hasfat Antibolus at the Balmora Fighters Guild. Ask him what he knows about the Nerevarine secret cult and the 6th house secret cult. You'll have to do him a favor first, probably an ugly favor. Oh boy. But do it. Then get the information from Antibolus and report back to me. By the way, he's a student of Morrowind history. Take the chance to get a little education. And I have a few history books here. Help yourself. You're welcome to them. No point being part of history if you're too ignorant to understand it. It's true, those who ignore history are doomed to repeat it.
What?
Spoiler alert, we're trying to repeat history a little bit, right? So go talk to the man in the Fighters Guild. I think we've actually trained from him a couple times. I still don't think he likes us, but you know. Hello. So, Kai sent you. If you want something from me, I require a favor first. Or just forget it. Okay, what favor? There are Dwemer ruins nearby called Arkngthand. I need you to run over there and find me a little cube with a circular design and some symbols on one side. It's called a Dwemer puzzle box. Bring me back the Dwemer puzzle box and I'll tell you what you want to know. Can you tell me about Arkngthand? The old Dwemer ruins at Arkngthand are extensive on the surface and underground. Head south out of town past the Siltstrider port, then cross the bridges east over the Odai River. At the signpost, head north towards Caldera. Immediately on the right, see a signpost for Molagmar. Turn right and head uphill on an old road to cross an ancient Dwemer bridge over Foyada Mamea. The entrance to Arkngthand, I think that's how you say it, Arkngthand, is on the east side of the Foyada, south of the bridge. Turn a crank on the pipe nearby to open the door. Gotcha. Thank goodness your character writes stuff down, right? This one's not too bad. It's actually not that far. He makes it sound a lot like more complicated than it is. Maybe it's because I've done this mission before. So Valdryn Selis' story. I would like to do all the factions. If I can justify them from a role-playing perspective. At the beginning, I did mention that why I made a Dunmer from Cyrodiil is because it's the only combo to me that makes sense that could join the temple and the cult. And it makes sense that he could join any of the guilds, really. Where a Nord, it's like, why would the Nord join the tribunal temple? You know, they wouldn't. That's stupid. Well, you can do whatever you want. It's your character. But for me, this is my, headcanon. Same with the join all the factions mod I have. I think it'd be cool to run through all of the houses, and that's how we get support from all 3 of them, is we, basically become a head of the house. Little immersion breaking, but welcome to, a role-playing game. You can do whatever you want. If you don't like that, well, sorry. But, I mean, like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to do that or not. I just liked having the option. So as for Valdryn and his backstory, I kind of tied it into what I know of Oblivion and what I know of Morrowind. And so there are a couple factions that I have in mind where as we progress through them, I'm going to weave some backstory into it. Kind of like a spoiler, he's going to get information from doing those factions. I don't want to spoil what the factions are yet, but... So there is going to be some story progression, and I haven't really been able to get into it because I originally planned on joining those factions pretty much right away, but obviously we can't because of our attributes. Didn't think that one through. So if you're waiting for a story to unfold, you might have to be a little patient. I mean, we're getting better, but yeah, this guy's pretty nasty actually. So we do have our scamp buddy. We do have our Ring of Silence for 10 seconds. Oh boy. We also have our 9 agility. Alright, there you go. Scamp buddy got him. Snowy Granius, huh? Well. Yeah, so once we join those factions, and I can even tie it in a little bit with the main quest, the way I designed it. We're gonna get some more Valdryn stuff, and in the recaps that happen at the beginning of each episode, there will be sort of, I don't know how to describe it, custom story that, like, obviously it didn't happen in the game, but it happened outside of the game. I did a little bit of it at the end of this. Like, obviously Kai's didn't really send us a letter, but in my mind he did. So, you know, that's what Valdryn's writing about. He got a letter. Stuff like that. It's gonna get more complicated as we progress in the main story and the 2 factions I'm thinking of. I think it'll make Valdryn a more interesting character in the long run. And then long-term goals, and this is talking, I have no idea, a year and a half. It takes a while to edit these videos and record them and whatnot, so I have no idea. But ideally, at some point, we will finish the Morrowind playthrough and go to Oblivion. And the plan with that is to just straight up continue Valdryn's story as his son. Because I think it would be super cool to tell the story of the Selis family from each of the Elder Scrolls games. Kind of like a saga, or if you've ever played Crusader Kings, it's kind of like that, where it's like the story of a family, right, of a dynasty. So obviously we're starting with Valdryn, and then he has a son in Cyrodiil. So, you know, that can tie in really easily with Oblivion. And then, I mean, at some point Skyrim, right? We're talking a long way from now, and who knows what will be going on then. But eventually Skyrim, I think that would be cool. Play as an ancestor of Valdryn Selis 200 years later, you know? Maybe it's his granddaughter, maybe it's his great-great-granddaughter. And she's the Dragonborn. I don't know. Like I said, we're talking long-term plans. So nothing to think about too hard right now. I just kind of wanted to share what's going through my mind when I'm not playing this. Sort of thinking, wait, what can I do with Valdryn? How can I like make his story? And some of that is honestly because I enjoy that kind of stuff. I've played a lot of D&D, and I usually am the DM, the dungeon master, and so I honestly love creating stories like that. And I wanted to translate that into a YouTube channel a little bit. Like I said before, if you watch this far, I'm not role playing in the game. I'm not that good of a role player. I couldn't do that. But I like to have some sort of backstory and something that ties it all together. And that's how I've sort of laid it out in my mind. Our scamp buddy is putting in a lot of work already. I kind of love him. Wish he lasted a bit longer. What are you doing? Get up here. Daggers. They're our worst enemies. They hit so fast. Yeah, so we actually have that Amulet of Khajiit site, so should be a little bit brighter in dungeons. Let me know how it turns out on YouTube. Because on my screen it's pretty bright, and then in my recording it's darker, but it's still very visible. But if it's hard for you guys to see, let me know. I will try to adjust it in the future. Lockpicks, I will take those every day. There's something wrong with this hammer. Thing weighs more than an anvil, and the head bends if you so much look at it funny. Tell the boss I'm heading down to find a real weapon. Tired of this junk he gets from the locals. Depending on how much I really wanted to get into it, when it comes to the backstory of Valdryn Selis, I think it'd be cool eventually. And this is just me kind of being nerdy, but I don't really care. If you can't be nerdy on your YouTube channel, when can you be? I'd like to create like a family tree or something cool like that. Or a timeline, something cool like that, I don't know. To show, here's Valdryn, here's his mom, he didn't know his dad. And then, you know, as the backstory uncovers, whatever. I don't know. Just me thinking. Do have to be careful with our stamina. And our scamp, we're all out of scamp buddies.
Pointless. Give in.
Right, spears are dangerous. Be nice if I could hit you. You're literally wearing nothing. Come on. There you go. Yeah, so I do have a mod that overhauls, I don't know if it's all the Dwemer ruins in the game or just the major ones. I can already kind of tell this one's a little different. I like it. This dungeon is actually pretty interesting in vanilla Morrowind, but it is nice to get a refresher sometimes, right? So there might be something long-time veterans will notice is different, or maybe there's extra rooms, better loot, worse loot, more enemies. Hopefully it's a little bit interesting. And we need to pick a lock, and can we pick a level 5 lock? Yes, eventually. Eventually we can. There we go. What's inside? A expensive book. I'll take that. So I've talked about this before with like books. It's not that I don't mind reading them. I actually think if you are going to play Morrowind, you should read all the books you can find. But I don't do it on camera because it would take too much time, basically.
I will bathe in your
And some of that might be because I don't know, I'm not a good reader. I think I'm okay, but I don't know, it would be a 2-hour long video and 45 minutes of it would be me reading. Which sucks. I do enjoy the lore of Morrowind a lot, and the books are awesome. But, you know, we got people to kill, stuff to do. Some YouTubers do it, but I probably never will. I'll read like notes or small, maybe journal entries if it's relevant. Crap. I just jumped around and burned all my stamina. We don't need it. We don't We don't need it.
No one can match me.
We really need an enchanted item to give us stamina. And we killed her anyway. Because now that we have this shield, which has been pretty good, we need a stamina recovery, so I don't have to walk everywhere. But yeah, so that's the plan with the series and future series. Let me know what you think. I don't know. Maybe it's a dumb idea. Maybe I shouldn't do it. Maybe you hate every Elder Scrolls after Morrowind and you don't want to watch them. I don't know. I like to hear people's opinions. I just think it would be cool to do sort of a series for each game and they all sort of tie in together a little bit. Especially because once you got to... I mean, you're going to see some of it in this with Valdryn Selis' backstory. But especially if you got to the other games, I think it'd be super cool to create custom notes or artifacts or whatever for the other characters, you know? So if we were in Oblivion and we're playing as Valdryn Selis' son, we might be sooner than later because we just got destroyed. But say we're playing as his son. His dad left a note or whatever. Hey son, you know, here's like the enchanted sword of our family. I rescued it from a ruin in Morrowind. I don't know. I'm just shooting off my hip here, but you know what I mean? Like there's kind of a cool character that doesn't normally exist and we've like experienced them together in my mind. To me that sounds cool. Or like certain artifacts, like I think you can get Umbra in this game. You can get it in every Elder Scrolls game, so it'd be cool to like, oh, my father owned Umbra, I own Umbra. It's like almost like a family heirloom at this point. Or the ebony mail, whatever it is, you know. Valdryn owned this, and now I do. 10 years later, after he saved Vvardenfell. Like I said, this is just my kind of musings. All right. This dungeon's big. Still need to find the cube. I don't know if we're going to be able to fight everything in here. I think there are some Dwemer ghosts, and we don't have a way to kill them, do we? You need silver, daedric, or magic, and we possess none of those. I don't think dwarven weapons can hit ghosts. Also, I forgot to drop some stuff off. Oh well, hopefully we don't run out of carry weight. I don't know if the mod touched quest dungeons like this. I think it would have, but you never know. Oh, that's a fancy looking quill pen you got there, sir. It looks super cool and way cooler than mine, and Valdryn Selis is going to take that. Thank you. You now have a fancy writing utensil for all my journals. That's important. This whole trip has been worth it just for that. You can keep that one. A Dwemer wrench. That's pretty expensive. Bus. That's awesome. Storage key. All right. Another journal. Like I said, I'd read it normally. A Centurion Eye. I know for a fact these are custom. And we're over encumbered. Okay. Should have dropped some stuff off. Let's repair our gear. Repair is going to be such a pain to level up. Thank you for the quill, sir. What is that? What kind of bird has a feather like that? Do parrots exist in The Elder Scrolls universe? Probably. Bet this storage key opens up a door over here. Ooh, we leveled up in our enchanting. That's that doesn't happen very often. Boss locked himself in the storage room again. Ask Talius for the spare if you need something. Okay. Aha! Get him, imp buddy, or scamp buddy. Good work. Holy crap, you got a lot of stuff on you. Mostly terrible potions, but I will take them. And some scrolls of unhinging, that's really good. Never have too many of those. There's our puzzle box, and it over encumbered us, alright. Dwarven darts, those are custom. More crack, that's good. You probably need to smoke crack to live in a Dwemer ruin. I respect it. I'm just gonna leave those there. So there's a part of the dungeon that we have not explored yet. I think I'm gonna leave. We can always come back to it. Plus, like, we're over encumbered. We don't have any ghost killing weapons right now. We got what we came for. I'm gonna head back to Balmora. So let me know what you think about those plans, future plans. Like I said, it's very far in the future, so I don't know. Maybe you don't have an opinion yet. I'm hoping eventually people will, like, they like the character, or they like, I don't know, the games. And then also let me know how you feel about the series in general. I'm trying to roleplay it, but like I said before, it's hard to constantly roleplay, especially because we have to metagame a little bit to get out of the hole we're in. I feel like it's gotten better already though, because we can actually do stuff now. But any comments or concerns, or my mic is too loud, it's too dark, that kind of stuff, because I can only know that if someone tells me, right? Because to me it looks fine, or I have been messing with my audio to try to get my mic quality to sound better and not pick up breathing or clicks when I talk. Bugs the crap out of me, but if nobody else notices, I think I got rid of some of that. Yeah, let me know if you like the editing, if you don't like that it cuts too much. Usually I stream or record for about an hour to 2.5 hours, just depending on how much time I have. And I like to cut it down because, I don't know, no one wants to watch like a 2-hour video, right? You might watch a stream, but a 2-hour video is kind of ridiculous. And so I've been trying to cut them down a lot. And so that's why there's so many jump cuts in my edits, because it's me cutting out huge gaps of walking, not talking, nothing's going on, it's not interesting. I'm rambling about nonsense. I cut that stuff out a lot, but I don't know. It seems like people have liked the style so far, but as what happens with all YouTube videos, over time you get less and less viewers, and people get, move on and bored because series go on for so long. Kind of the nature of Let's Plays, and I think that's honestly why they've died off. But that's what I like. I like watching longer ones, longer series. I can't really stand streams like VODs and stuff. They're just, I don't know, they're annoying. I stream this sometimes, but I always edit out a lot of the stream stuff because to me it's annoying to watch. It's fun when you're in the stream, not so fun on the VOD. Hello, Hasfat. So, have you done that little favor I asked? Yes. Perfect, just what I was looking for. Just let me take this Dwemer puzzle box, and then I'll tell you what Caius will want to know about the 6th house, and about the Narrow Varine. By the way, the inscriptions on the box seem to be directions for setting a Dwemer key to open a specific lock. If you're interested after you've delivered your report to Caius, come back and maybe I'll have a key you can take back to Arkngthand. I forgot he does that. That's kind of cool. Tell me about the 6th house. House Dagoth is the 6th house, the lost 6th house. In the First Age, House Dagoth betrayed the other great houses during the War of the First Council and was destroyed for their treason. I can answer any questions you have, but I'll also give you some notes to give to Caius and recommend some 6th house references he should read. Such as... Here's a list of cheap books. All of them will tell you something about the 6th house and how it ended. The War of the First Council, Saint Nerevar, Nerevar Moon and Star, The Real Nerevar, and The Real Nerevar. Try the bookseller, Dorisa, over in the commercial district. She'll have at least some of these. Okay, House Dagoth. House Dagoth was the 6th of the 7 Dunmer great houses. Nothing remains of the 6th house. Its members were all slain or adopted into other great houses following their treason in the War of the First Council. Their clanstead was called Kogorun. Kogorun. Can you tell me about the Narrow Varine? The Ashlanders believe a reborn Nerevar will unite the Dunmer against the Outlander invaders and restore the ancient Dark Elven nation. Nerevar is a legendary hero and saint of the temple, but the temple denies the prophecy and persecutes heretics who believe in the Narrow Varine. Tell Caius that Sharn Musgob would be a better person to ask about the native faiths and superstitions. I think that's everything, right? I gave you the notes, give them to Caius. I won't bore you blathering about history, that's what Caius is for, but if you're really interested, try On Morrowind, the Imperial Province by something of Summonhold. I have an extra copy you can have. What an adventurer like you really needs is a sense of current events. Who hates who? Where's trouble brewing? That's where opportunity lies for an outlander like you. Sure. The great houses hate each other. Theft, murder, assassination, secret raids, standard stuff. The temple is trying to kill off a rebellious faction called the Dissident Priests. Ashlander nomads raid each other, attack traders and pilgrims. A secret cult is killing off imperial citizens. All bad enough. The real problem, though, is the blight, monsters, and diseases. The natives say it comes from Red Mountain. It's been a local problem for years, but lately it's gotten badly out of control. And it's not good. Thanks for the book. I'll just
What shall we talk
put
about?
that there. Not that it's not interesting, but it weighs a lot and it's not worth very much. Speaking of, let's go sell some garbage. That much? Yes. Good, good. And here you are. A key to a Dwemer ruin just for you. Free of charge. We actually made like 2,500 gold from that trip. That's pretty good. We didn't even explore the whole thing. There's a lot of money to be made in dungeons. We just couldn't do them forever. Hello.
You have the notes from Haspet and Tamriel.
I do. These notes are from Hasfat? Excellent. I trust he didn't work you too hard for them. I'll look them over in more detail later, but now I have some new orders for you. Okay. I've glanced at Hasfat's notes. They cover the 6th house admirably, but not the Nerevarine cult. Up on over to the Balmora Mages Guild. It's right next to the Fires Guild. Get Sharngra Musgob, it's a ridiculous name, to tell you what she knows about the Nerevarine. She'll have some silly errand for you. Do what she asks and report back when she's given you the information. Alright. But yeah, I think I'm going to end it there for today. I don't know how long I've been recording, but it's New Year's. Happy 2024. I hope you will tag along for Valdryn's future adventures. Yeah, other than that, thanks for watching, and peace out.